All right, Charlie and I are on a trip headed out west, as far west as we've been, but we're not there yet. We're going to start out here in small city, I guess, town, city, Marshfield, Missouri. They got a mural here. It's right on Route 66, so we'll start this trip out on the good old Route 66. Got a mural here of some of the stuff that's going on in town. The presidential seal there is, I think, George Bush, for whatever reason, had come through and been part of one of their parades. But the main thing that we stopped to see here was this was the home of Edwin Hubble, who was an astronomer, and that was who the Hubble Telescope was named after. And they've got a quarter scale replica here in front of the courthouse of the Hubble Telescope. So Charlie's a big fan of this kind of thing. I don't know as much about it as he does, but I still think it's cool to see. So glad to stop and check out the Hubble Telescope replica, quarter scale, not full size, but still cool to see. The Hubble Telescope, it was launched in 1990 originally, long after Edwin Hubble died, but it was named after him. He was a big researcher and astronomer with extragalactic activity, so stuff outside of our galaxy. He proved a lot of that stuff existed, and I think that's what the Hubble Telescope does, is gives us views into other galaxies. Still up there today. It's estimated, I think, to last till at least 2030, somewhere between 2030 2040 estimated to last too. But we're going to head on out of there, head on further west, and finally make our way into Arizona for a quick little stop, kind of tie into the Hubble Telescope. It was a cool little hotel we found. It actually was a Best Western, so nothing fancy, nothing bad, but it's space themed, so I wanted to stop there for Charlie. It's a Space Age Lodge is what it's called, and it was real cool, just the whole theming of it. Not on Route 66, it's actually further south of Phoenix, but had a real cool theme going on with it. The rooms all have space stuff going on, space theme, pictures of space shuttle and pictures from space. And then the main part of the hotel over here, the lobby, which we'll check out. We saw it at night there a second ago, but right here, the UFO up on top of the lobby. And then going around the corner here behind it, or the restaurant that's part of the hotel, was the Space Age Cafe, I think is what it was called. And it's got the same kind of theme vibe going on. There's the UFO on top of the lobby. We'll head into the restaurant here, grab a bite to eat. The food was kind of normal stuff. Charlie got some enchiladas. The meal I got was a little weird, not space themed at all, but liver and onions, which I wasn't expecting to find here. But it was cool. You can see the Enterprise there. Cool little restaurant, cool little hotel that we wanted to stop at and check out. It's just south of Phoenix, so kind of got a Route 66 vibe going on, but not on Route 66. Now we're going to cross on over into California. This will be my first time in California since I was a kid, so I don't know if that was late 80s, early 90s. And then this is Charlie's very first time in California, so I kind of consider it my first time too. Definitely my first time as an adult. And first thing we were going to stop at here was something I've been wanting to see since I was a kid, the Cabazon Dinosaurs. So these were a big part of two movies from the 80s. 1985, they were in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. This is where Pee-wee came. There was the diner, Large Marge dropped him off. That whole scene that was here, that's gone. That restaurant, it's been torn down now, but it was here. And then there's a lot of scenes with Pee-wee running back and forth here. And Paul Rubens died there recently, so the T-Rex, Mr. Rex is his name, he's actually painted up like he's wearing a Pee-wee suit. So that was cool. I wanted to see that while it was painted up that way. The other dinosaur that's here we'll check out. It was first. The other one, the Brontosaurus. I believe they call it Dinny. I think Diney is the right way to say it. It was in the Wizard. The kids at the end of the Wizard, they end up going into the Brontosaurus there. We went into there to the Brontosaurus too. There's a gift shop in there now, but back then for the Wizard, I think that one came out in '89. The gift shop wasn't in there, but they went on in. There's the Brontosaurus. We'll go get a closer look at him too. Quick look inside the Brontosaurus. So I'm gonna go in the steps here, and there's some old news articles and pictures from when it was first built. The guy who created all this, he was a sculptor of different things around Knott's Berry Farm out in California, and then he wanted to create this kind of on his own. He owned the restaurant that was here, and kind of wanted to use this to get people to come to that restaurant, which is the Large Marge Diner place, but it's a goner now. But the dinosaurs still stand here. So this inside here, this is where the kids came at the end of the Wizard there. There's one last look at Mr. Rex with the cool California mountains there in the back behind him, and we're gonna head out from here away from Cabazon. We're staying all around Southern California for this trip, but gonna check out some other stuff here. The very next thing is out at the sea, out the ocean there, the Santa Monica Pier. So kind of sticking with where we started on Route 66 there at Marshfield, Missouri. Here's the end, the end of the route here on the Santa Monica Pier. So cool, they got this little display and a couple signs here about the end of the road, end of Route 66. It's cool they got this sign here, the end of the trail, and a little booth here with some signs on it too. And I guess depending on how you look at it, this could be the end or the beginning, but I think most people view this as the end. Starting in Chicago, we've been to the sign there in Chicago as well, where it's the beginning of Route 66. So it's cool to get both ends of that in. Then we'll walk on out here to the pier. The water looked real cool, real deep blue color to the water, and the mountains there too. Just real cool vibe out here on the Santa Monica Pier. It's kind of early in the morning while we were here, probably 7 a.m. California time. We're East Coasters, so we were in our heads. It was a few hours behind that, a little later in the morning, but not much going on, and kind of made it a little more peaceful out here on the pier. First opened up in 1909, so the Santa Monica Pier is well over 100 years old now. Been in a lot of movies, TV shows, music videos. I think Everclear, they did a music video here. Naughty by Nature. There's one big famous thing that was here was Forrest Gump, when in the part of the movie, part of the story where he takes off running. He runs and runs and runs till he gets to the ocean, and that's here, the Santa Monica Pier. And he turns around and runs on out the other way. So just a real cool history here at the Santa Monica Pier, and there's real cool scenery too, just the ocean along with the mountains there. Kind of on the East Coast, we don't see that too much. We got a lot of mountains, but not out by the sea. You don't really see that as often out there. right, that's going to do it for this leg of the trip for Charlie and I, heading out to California and some other places out in the west as well. But we're going to finish this one, wrap this one up, and see what else we can get into out here.